With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. At Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, we carry everything you need to build and maintain your home. Cutting keys and fixing your window screens are just a couple of our services we offer, and we can deliver your large orders as well. Visit us at 222 West Main Street in Malvern, Ohio, or call us at 330-863-0303. You can also visit our new website at crowlumber.com. Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, for all your building needs since 1945. Here at Crow Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes, whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter. We do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions!
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
And there's another one! It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! He's the point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
It's a cold afternoon here in Minerva, Ohio, as we are settling in for some OHSAA baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with Minerva Athletics, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. As we toss it up here, I am Nathan Smee alongside me today. Well, Sarah Magger is going to try out color commentary for us today. An interesting game on hand. It's the Battle of the Cats, Manchester and Minerva.
Very excited, yes.
Looking at today's matchup, of course, you have two teams wanting a big non-conference win. Minerva, a member of the EBC, and Manchester, a member of the Pac-7 Conference. But 6-4 on the year. You look back to last year, a 9-16 campaign. It has been a really special start to the year for the Minerva Lions.
Definitely has, yeah.
And you look back to last year, all the way around. Athletics, down. This year, football, a great campaign. Basketball, a good season as well. And we've seen the transformation, so to speak, of Minerva Athletics over this past year, and it's been fun to watch. And I'm excited to see what this Minerva team can do. Of course, when you talk about Minerva baseball, you have to talk about their ace pitcher in Braden Wood. He will not be on the mound today, of course, being saved for conference play, as you would expect. But just to put his statistics out here before we get underway, a .08 or .0 or .28 ERA. He is right now on pace to have one of the best averages that we have seen from a pitcher. To put it in perspective, in 25 innings of work, he has allowed a total of 1 earned run.
That's wild.
And the starts were lengthy ones as well. You go back to the game against Salem last week, 7 innings of work, a 3-hitter, no runs allowed. And that's what makes him such a dangerous pitcher. But on the mound today for Minerva, it is going to be Brendan Huth. And for him, this is a big opportunity to really solidify himself in this rotation, as there are a lot of key arms for Minerva. This is at the point of the year where you're into conference play, your non-conference games for the most part are dwindling down. This is a chance that right now, you look at a guy who's thrown less than 10 innings this year, has a 5.07 ERA, getting appearance number 5, that he can make himself a very valuable arm entering the home stretch of conference play, which you look at this week, crucial against Marlington, and then next week, even more important as they play Alliance. And on the opposite end, for the Manchester Panthers, 3-7 on the year. This is year number 1 of a new regime. They did lose a lot of players after last year, but a young core starting to settle in, and Manchester Athletics over the past 5 to 10 years, they have produced some top-tier players. You go back in baseball, Jackson Monard, a product of them that we have seen play for KSU Tusk. But I want to bring you back to the class of 2020, of course, a class that didn't really have their graduation. There was a running back at Manchester High School, a two-way player who ended up going to Cincinnati. That name, Ethan Wright, an excellent player all the way around. Point being, these guys know how to produce talent, and we're going to see that on display today. With that in mind, we'll toss it over to Garth Evans, Minerva's AD, for our introductions, including the starting lineups and our national anthem.
Our first, number 4, left field, Mikey Mosa. Pitching, number 1, Mark Beloga. DH, number 8, Logan Cleats. Number 4, Luke Maglio will be second base. Catcher, number 7, Bryce Mauger. Third base, number 22, Hunter Evans. First base, number 21, Drew Mothersball. Shortstop, number 5, Trent Bargo. Right field, number 10, Trent Hodgkinson. And center field, number 24, Noah Lance. And now, your Minerva Lions. Starting, number 22, right field, Owen Frazier. Number 11, left field, Colton Almacy. Number 5, shortstop, Brennan Barnes. Number 24, DH, Brayden Wood. Number 28, pitcher, Brendan Huth. Number 10, first base, Caden Candle. Number 12, catcher, Jason Sibby. Number 35, third base, Cole Sibby. Number 34, center field, Lane Tarbett. And number 1, second base, Parker Linkus. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a country with freedoms like no other. In order to honor America, please rise. If able, and join in singing of the national anthem. The flag is behind the visitors' press box.
The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes. Whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter, we do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions!
Welcome back to Minerva Middle School as we are settling in for some OHSAA baseball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. Again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me today, Sarah Magyar on the mound. Again, Brendan Huth, a big outing for him. But let's talk about the guys behind him today as we set up the Minerva defense. It is Jason Sivvy doing the catching. Over at first, it's Candle. Second base, one of our guys, Parker Linkus. He has made a couple of appearances on the SmeeSports YouTube channel as a color commentator, and right now he is making the acquaintance of the field umpire.
Yes, I'm very excited to see how he does.
That's one that I've had circled for a while, no doubt. Barnes is over at short, Cole Sivvy is at third, and from left to right in the outfield, it is Almasy, Tarbit, and Frazier. And leading it off here from Manchester, it is going to be Mikey Mossa, the left fielder. Again, this Manchester team 3-7 on the year, looking for a big victory today. And the key for them, their pitching has been solid this year. You look at their statistics as a group, they have only allowed 5.6 runs per game. The kicker, their earned run average is below 3. So many unearned runs, and that has killed them on so many occasions this season as Huth's first pitch nearly rings them up. Right here, that head. And for Mossa, I'm sure that'll make him think twice. Huth's 1-0. A good drive, but foul down the right side. A good first swing of the day for Mossa. Now 1-1 the count. A 156 average on the year, 5 RBIs and 4 stolen bases for the junior. And as we go about today, you're going to notice a lot of underclassmen and a lot of non-seniors getting opportunities to play for both squads. 2 younger-ish groups today. Huth's 1-1, up and in for ball 2. Looking back to last season, Minerva, a 9-16 record, 7-7 at home. This year so far at home, a really respectable 5-2 record. The 2-1 high for ball 3. And the on-deck circle after Mossa, it goes to Beloga, the starting pitcher. Manchester a chance to get their leadoff man on here in the top of the first. And they will do just that. There is ball 4 wide. And you talk about a dream start for a team traveling in from nearly an hour away, if not an hour from Akron. This is it. And that'll bring up Beloga, the starting pitcher. Looking at his hitting statistics, a very solid campaign, batting .387 on the year with 4 RBIs. And as well on the mound, nearly 21 innings of work. Minerva's defense right now thinking double play ball if they can get it. First pitch wide and out. And looking at Jason Sivvy behind the plate, this is where your setup has to be on point. Notice where he's missing, up and out. This is maybe where, hey, there might be a runner on, but get a lower setup. Try to make him, by design, pitch lower. And also maybe set up more inside. That's just one of those that right now you can see him on your screen. That's where you want him to be. And maybe dip down a little bit more on the reception and try and get Huth to follow through. But I like that adjustment moving inside, and it worked. It brought it down. The only issue, still wide. In the on-deck circle after Beloga, it turns to Kleitz, the DH. A .312 hitter with 6 RBIs on the year. And we will not see him yet as that pitch hits the top of the strike zone. Huth absolutely needed that strike, needed something to settle in. And now a 3-1 count. You need to try and get him in the chase here, and from there, battle back in with a full count. The 3-1, it will be there for strike 2. And right now, as long as he can live at the top of the strike zone, he's in a good spot, but at the same time, you look at this offense. If they can get a hold of the baseball that high up, you're expecting a line drive, and most likely based on the setup, you're looking at a screamer towards right center field. And of course, this year you do have a new center fielder out there in Tarbit. Last year it was Julian Dunbar most of the time, as he was the only senior on this roster. This year, 4 total seniors for Minerva. So across 2 years, you only lose 5 seniors. Payoff pitch. It is there for strike 3, looking 1 down. A beautiful response from Brendan Huth on the mound. That's how you get it done. You shake off the 3-0 start. You get back to work. You battle back in. And now with 1 down, a double play ball gets you out of the inning as here comes Kleitz, the DH. Again, on your screen, you can just see it's a nice sunny day out for baseball, but the key thing to note, it is chilly. And you'll see the umpire, whenever he signals ball or strike, he is wearing gloves, and that is no surprise. I believe the feel like at around 3:30 when we got here today was 34 degrees.
Really? That's crazy.
I believe it was 40-something in actuality, but the feel like was 34.
Wow.
A good drive. This could be 2. Linkus has it. He will go for the tag. They got him, and on the bounce to 1, it's not in time. A nice play from Parker Linkus to get the tag for the lead runner. It'll be a fielder's choice for out number 2. But why did he just toss it to second?
That's crazy.
That's one of those 4-6-3s you set up. It's a tough play. Of course, in the moment, he's right there, right in your peripheral vision. You want to get him on the tag, and obviously, it's an easier throw to make than opposed to coming from second. It's all split second. It's a good play. You got the lead runner. That was the key there. And now you just have to battle out of this and give it up to your offense in the bottom of the inning. Instead, a good drive just over the shortstop and through into left field. It is the first base knock of the day for Manchester. Mugger, a nice drive just over the head of Brennan Barnes. And that'll bring up Hunter Evans, the third baseman. And even more so, that tag out was vital for Minerva. Otherwise, you are talking about most likely bases loaded, 1 down, opposed to right now 2 on, 2 down. Still a dangerous spot for the Panthers. And this Manchester team playing in the Pac-7 conference, a 12-8 record last year, even in the conference 6-6, and they want to try and do that again, if not better, this season. Good block there from Civi on the 1-0. Looking at their next couple of games, you have Lake Center Christian coming up directly next. And for those who are from Akron, get ready to learn the Hartville outfit. Lake Center Christian, one of the best small school teams in the area. So many top players, and might I add, one of the nicest diamonds in the OHSAA. Think Massillon Jackson, but maybe on a smaller scale. And of course, with the blue color scheme, which is absolutely amazing. The 2-0 driven into shallow center field. Now dying on the infield. It is to Linkus. He will make the play, and the side is retired. The wind is going to play tricks today on the defense, but Linkus unfazed that time around as he will retire the side. Middle of 1 in Minerva. No score on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. At Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, we carry everything you need to build and maintain your home. Cutting keys and fixing your window screens are just a couple of our services we offer, and we can deliver your large orders as well. Visit us at 222 West Main Street in Malvern, Ohio, or call us at 330-863-0303. You can also visit our new website at crowlumber.com. Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, for all your building needs since 1945.
Welcome back to Minerva Middle School, bottom of the first inning. No score on SmeeSports as you are watching OHSAA Baseball presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me today, Sarah Magyar. a strong defensive inning for Minerva. They did allow the one base knock, but in the end, Parker Link is 2 putouts, enough to get the Lions out of the inning. And that'll bring up the top of their order with Owen Frazier, Colton Almasy, and Brendan Barnes due up here, and a lot of power in that lineup, especially with Brendan Barnes. So Frazier leading it off here as he will try and take down Mark Balaga on the mound as the first pitch he sees is skied foul. We've talked about this in the past. I believe it was the Alliance Salem game a few weeks ago with Bryce on the call. He mentioned how the ball is not going to travel as far today due to the cold. And again, I feel like it's one of those colder days that it could be the same exact thing. The 0-1 misses low. But entering play today, Frazier, a .333 average, 1 RBI, and 1 double. On top of that, some good base running, 4 stolen bases. The 1-1 backs him out. The stolen bases, well, I'm sure helped out by the sliding mitt that you can kind of see in his back pocket. It's like one of those red, white, and blue popsicles that you see at the 4th of July. I believe that's exactly the inspiration, the Rocket Pop, and yeah, it is. 3-1 count on Frazier as it is Almasy warming up at the on-deck circle for Minerva. A .345 average on the year for the sophomore, so potentially a dangerous point as this one is taken right up the middle. A nice snag on the mound by Balaga, and his toss to one is in plenty of time. 1 up, 1 down, and it's a PFP for the Manchester defense. We always love a good pitcher fielding play. Right up the middle, a screamer, able to knock it down and not get phased by it. I'm sure a lot of pitchers coming out of the wind and the delivery, you're off balance, that ball comes right back at you. Your first instinct is to move. But if you get a pitcher who can hang in there and not get phased by it, that is a massive asset to your team. Now here comes the left fielder Almasy as he will take strike 1 high. The majority of the strikes taken today have been at the top of the strike zone, which I can't be too surprised with, but I wouldn't be surprised to see an adjustment coming very soon from both teams, as if that is consistently called a strike, you're going to have to get the barrel there, and you're going to have to try and get a couple of good line drives. And from there, your defense has to be ready, whether it be your second baseman and shortstop plugging the gap in the infield, or your outfielders if that ball does get into the gap itself. Count 2 balls, 1 strike on Almasy. Almasy ground ball hit over towards short. It is Vargo, and his throw to 1 is in time. It's 2 up, 2 down. A really strong start for this Manchester defense, and as Brendan Barnes will step in, we will take a look at the Manchester defense today. It is Balaga on the mound with Mauger behind the plate, Mothersbach over at first, McGillo, the freshman, over at second, not hitting today as the DH is in place of him. Vargo is at short. Evans is at third. Massa is out in left. Lance is in center. And Hawkinson is out in right. And that'll set up the defense in its entirety for the Manchester Panthers. Again, the battle of the cats today, Lions versus Panthers. Not too often we see that. The 1-0 left high. But Brendan Barnes entering play today, a .333 average, 6 RBIs, and 5 doubles. A very powerful and smart hitter. And you look back to last year, you combine him with the man in the on-deck circle and Braden Wood. That was an excellent 1-2 punch in the lineup, but also defensively. In the typical lineup, you would see Barnes over at short, and whenever it's his bump day, you would see Braden Wood on the mound. And those two, they could shut down a team with ease. The 2-1 Barnes lines it foul down the right field line. And again, with a sub .5 ERA, as crazy as that sounds for Braden Wood, it's easy to see why they love him here at Minerva. You talk about a true ace, a Mason Miller-esque performance, but out of a starter, it's truly impressive. The 2-2 fouled back, so we will do it again. Good attempt there from Barnes, getting at least a piece of it. And that's going to be key here today. Whichever team is more aggressive, most likely is going to win this game. But aggression doesn't mean unsolicited hacks. The 2-2 Barnes again fouls it off. You have to be smart about what you actually offer at and what you hold on. Of course, 2-2 count, you have to really protect the plate a little bit more than usual. And I think a lot of that has to come with the top of the strike zone. And they will attack the top as Barnes. He will smoke it foul down the left field line. Plenty of power behind it. Just as I said, you have to find a way to adjust to that high pitch. If he hangs back a second more, we're talking about potentially a double or triple into that deep left center field gap. Again, the 2-2. This time he leaves it up and in, and we are full. And again, that's why I moved my car. You do not want to park next to this field. A very small fence down both lines. Here's the payoff pitch, and Barnes again hits it foul. How many foul balls has that been?
A lot.
We're seeing 3 as the number, which is truly impressive. But this is what Brendan Barnes brings to the table offensively for this Minerva team. One more time, the payoff pitch. Barnes this time, a shot deep to left center field. But it will be tracked down and caught by Lance, and the side is retired. A valiant attempt from Brendan Barnes in the batter's box falls on deaf ears as he flies out to confirm the 1-2-3 defensive inning for the Panthers. End of 1 in Minerva. No score on SmeeSports.
Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics.
Welcome back to Minerva Middle School. Top of the second inning, no score on SmeeSports as you are watching OHSAA Baseball presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. I am Nathan Smee alongside me today, Sarah Magyar, as we are bringing you some non-conference baseball action. Of course, as it is conference play time, we're going to see a few non-conference games going forward, but not too many. And that even expands to our college coverage as you look at the next couple of days. Tomorrow, conference doubleheader for Tri-C. Wednesday, conference game for Alliance. Thursday, non-conference. Friday, non-conference. But Saturday, right back to conference play for Tri-C and another doubleheader. But it's that time of the year where conference play is the end-all, be-all. The 1-1 swing and a miss. And after a very rocky start on the mouth from Huth, he has settled in nicely. One punch out so far today. And he will look for a second here on Mother's Ball. The 1-2, he will get it. Swing and a miss. 1 up, 1 down. And a nice snag from Civi behind the plate. And for Brendan Huth, again, back-to-back at-bats, 3-0 or 3-1 to begin. But has settled in nicely and entering play today. 7 walks, 5 punch-outs. Now has 8 walks on the year and 7 strikeouts. So getting right around even in that department. And I'm sure he wants to end today with more in the strikeout column than the walk column. But this one sent up the middle and into center field by Trent Vargo. The sophomore gets the second base knock of the day for Manchester. And the Panthers will have a 1-out base runner setting up Hogginson. And Hogginson entering play today for the Panthers, a 176 batter with 1 RBI and 1 stolen base. This Manchester team, I believe, a 212 team average. But this is where you can really increase it. First pitch fouled back. And even this first go-around is exactly what the doctor ordered for that average. You get one more hit here, whether it be Hogginson or Lance, you're batting .333 on the day. And then you take into consideration the walk and the fielder's choice, and you're in an even better spot. Huth's 0-1 is left high. This game initially scheduled for a few weeks ago on April 9th, but due to the cold on April 7th, 2 UEC games were canceled. This was one of the two, and it got moved to April 9th. And of course, that Westbridge game took place then of this one, which got moved here. And last Friday, we were supposed to be here for the United game, which got canceled, and I don't believe has been rescheduled. The United game. But we're just being told they're going to still try to find that one, which I think that'd be a really good game for both teams. That could also be a playoff warm-up game for Minerva if the schedules line up. The 1-2 blocked, and no, it's going to be off his helmet. Took an awkward hit off of Civi, the runner now in scoring position. Nice job from Vargo getting the jump, and Manchester's opening run now stands at second. And as well, a good take from Hogginson, but in the grand scheme of things, with a swing, could be standing at first, which, of course, is not the way they want to do it. And now 2-2. And this time it is flown off towards the right side. Playable at first. It is towards Candle, and he will make the grab for out number 2. A nice ranging play in the sun by the first baseman. And now that'll set up Noah Lance, the center fielder. Lance wearing number 24, a $161 average and 2 RBIs on the campaign. But again, this is the perfect game entering conference play in a few days from now again to get those averages up and play a quality opponent. And a team in and around your division, which helps. Chopper fouled on the left side. But of course, Minerva, a Division 4 outfit. Manchester should be Division 5. But either way, that Lake Center Christian game, that'll help them as well, playing 2 smaller schools back-to-back this week. And then after that, for this Manchester squad, you're looking at Coventry, Canton South twice next week, and then Woodridge. Ground ball up the middle, snagged by Huth on the rubber, and that will do it for the top of the second inning. Another nice pitcher fielding play gets Minerva out of the inning, stranding a runner over at second. Middle of 2 and Minerva. No score on SmeeSports.
No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics.
Four, 5, and 6 stepping in for Minerva in the bottom of the second inning. No score on SmeeSports as you are watching OHSAA Baseball presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. Now a big chance for Braden Wood, the DH. Now playing in the field today, I'm sure in anticipation of being on the mound, whether it be tomorrow or Wednesday. But you look at his batting average so far in the year, 300 with 6 RBIs, 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. He is a dangerous 4-hitter. And you look at the number 4 spot, which, of course, back in the day with the Yankees was popularized by Roger Miras. This is a guy that brings that same imposing stature. And right now, Manchester is playing really away from his hand as those two are up and in. But Balaga so far, 3 batters faced, 3 retired, all on balls put in play. But Braden Wood up 3-0 in the count, and in the on-deck circle to follow it is Caden Candle, the first baseman. I don't think Manchester, given the danger of Wood, would 9 to walk here, but they will get strike 1 there. Of course, you don't just want to intentionally walk the leadoff man, especially a guy that if you see him up with the runners on, you're going to want to do the same thing. But you also don't want to give him something free to play with, as that one is fouled right back.
That just scared the crap out of me. My goodness.
I mean, where was that in line with where we were? That hit off the kind of middle piece that is maybe in line with my belt, so kind of close up here.
Yeah.
Here's the full count, 3-2 pitches. It will be skied foul. But of course, it never gets easier whenever, especially you're right in front of it. When all the windows are open and you see that, that is when you get really scared. But We're shooting through a window today, so an extra layer of protection. Again, the payoff pitch. This time it's in the dirt for ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard for Minerva. And that will be their first base runner of the afternoon as well, and that'll set up Candle, the first baseman. Candle so far in the year, 286 average, 8 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 1 stolen base. And going back to Wood's stats, 3 stolen bases on the year. Could be a spot he goes. Instead, grounder over towards third, picked up on the double clutch. They throw to second, and it is just in time for out number 1. But the hesitation there from Evans nearly made it where Wood was safe at second. That's one of those plays that you have to have immediately out of the glove. You got to make that throw. You got to know where that ball is going immediately. And that's 2 double play balls today that do not result in double plays. And I feel like both were avoidable. And now that'll bring up Jason Sivy, the starting catcher. At 171 average with 4 RBIs on the year as this one, another double play ball. Instead, they will take the out at 1 and get it. 2 down. That's the right call from Vargo. It's a slow chopper, still a competitive ball that'll put a runner in scoring position. So still a job done from Sivy. But with 2 down, the job of this defense becomes a little bit easier. But to take out one Sivy, you have to take down both. And now here comes Cole, the freshman, getting an opportunity here. The only freshman in the lineup, and I believe on the roster right now for this varsity team. Impressive to see him get the call so early. And that's why. Some good power off the swing. But bringing it back to Holy Name as we cover them quite a bit. In my time covering the team, only 2 freshmen were called up and consistently started. Nick Nemeth, who right now is linked with a couple of Division III and Division I schools, and Joe Svets, who is also linked with some really good organizations. And beyond that, had 40 stolen bases last summer for IVL Karen. So 2 really good ball players. And you look at a guy like Joe Svets on the shorter side making his impact. It's impressive to see what freshmen can do when given that opportunity. And that pitch up and in. And then you look at a school like Marlington, who Minerva will play this week. You have one of the top, at least on the watch list standings, top 25 freshmen in the class in Tyler Walder. Even more so nowadays, some freshmen getting opportunities when they show they're worthy. Throw back to second, not in time. But for Sivy, you talk about a time to show worthiness. Here it is. Looking for his first career varsity RBI. Has a double on the air, just no RBI yet. Here's the 1-2, and it is off the plate. And if Sivy can keep the inning going, it would turn to Lane Tarbett, the center fielder, then Parker Linkus in the 9th spot. And now that is going to be a balk, they say. So just like that, the opening run for Minerva now 90 feet away. I don't know if you saw this on social media, Sarah, but there was a game that went to 21 innings this week, and it ended on a walk-off balk.
Oh my gosh, I saw that. I thought that was crazy.
Walk-off balk after 21 innings. I would be very upset about that one.
I would be too.
Especially given the fickle nature of the play. The 2-2, swing and a miss. This side is retired. Balaga locks in and gets his first punch out of the day, and the inning is over. The opening run for Minerva 90 feet away, but it will stop right there as the starting pitcher for Manchester is able to lock in and get the job done. To the 3rd we go, scoreless on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to all of our advertisers for helping to make today's telecast possible. On to the 3rd inning we go at Minerva Middle School. No score on SmeeSports as you are watching OHSAA baseball. Base runners for both teams. Hits for only Manchester right now. Minerva hitless through 2. Their only base runner, a leadoff walk from Braden Wood last inning. And again, it turns over to the defense, trying to get a stop here with the top of the order back up for the Panthers. And the first ball is hit up the middle. Huth, a nice snag on the mound, and he will bring it right to Candle for out number 1. I will say these pitchers defensively have been dynamic so far. That'll be the third pitcher fielding play of the afternoon. And again, we love to see our PFPs when possible. So 1 down now, and that'll bring up Mark Balaga, the starting pitcher. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout looking. The first pitch is taken for strike 1. But again, that's that high strike that we have seen so often today. Whichever team can adjust to it quicker is going to win this game. And Barnes, he was the closest one to adjusting to it. Chopper over towards third. This is going to be a really tough play, and it proves to be too much. A long infield single for Mark Balaga. Hit number 3 today for Manchester. And that'll give them a base runner with 1 down, as that'll bring in Logan Kleitz, the DH. But you cannot blame Cole Savvy there. That's a tough play, a chop, or a slow roller down the line. Of course, at the same time, you're thinking in the back of your mind, will this one go foul? Will it actually stay down the line? You let it go as much as you can. And then in the end, you have to try and make the play. And overall, it's not in time. And now we will have a conversation between the umpires. And we'll see what they want to discuss here, as I think it was something from Minerva's dugout. I think that was the question there. Was he in the baseline? That is really the only thing that you could appeal there. With Kleitz, he reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. Wants to try and get this one past Parker Linkus at second base this time around. And it won't matter, as that ball is to the backstop. An easy bag there for Balaga. And that'll put the opening run for Manchester in scoring position. And as this game continues to roll along, it looks like it is going to be a very low-scoring affair. Every little play is going to matter that much more. And I know we've seen our fair share of 1-0 games in the past, but I know I'm hoping for something that is not 1-0 today. Let's see some runs. Hoofs 1-0. A good take there for ball 2, but I kind of feel like that has been called a strike consistently today. That's been that high strike right there. And of course, every different boxer, and you have a different vantage point, different angle. It's not necessarily easy to see, but that one looked kind of clear to me. And that time he brings it down just a bit and finds the zone. Count now sits at 2-1. In the on-deck circle after Kleitz, it is Mauger, the catcher. Runner at second, 1 down in the top of the third for Manchester's offense. And he will fake his throw back to second. A nice strong dive back in. And as well, there is a softball game happening on the Minerva Lions softball diamond. We'll get a score update from that one once we have it. As we heard, was 4-2.
Game 1, Minerva won 4-2.
And that one's off his arm. So not good news for Minerva there, but good news all the way around. They did win Game 1 4-2 over East Canton, so a very good win for the Lady Lions.
They're on to Game 2.
And again, it's a weird Monday afternoon doubleheader. That, of course, is due to cancellations from the past couple of days. I don't hate it, though. You started at 4, Game 2, you start by 6, it's 5:45, it's going now. You're not going to be out of there ridiculously late. So now here comes Mauger, the catcher, 1 for 1 on the day. And it's going to be a double steal here. It's a delayed double steal. That ball is down the left field line, and Manchester is going to score. Make it 1-0 Panthers. Excellent base running by Manchester. And that's how you get it done. You capitalize on a mistake, and that double steal, it worked out so perfectly. Of course, you send the lead runner first, and the trail will follow. Of course, the emphasis is not going to be on that trail runner. It is always going to be on the lead man down the line, and from there, it's an easy call for Manchester to send that man home. And the Panthers, how about it? Up by 1 in the third. And now a drive. It is just over Parker Linkus' head. Nearly had it, and that'll put runners at the corners. If he would have caught it, my goodness. I mean, how close was he? Let's watch it back on the replay here. I mean, of course, he gives full effort. We knew that from working with him this past winter, but oh, that's heartbreaking for him. So close to it. And now that'll bring up Hunter Evans, the third baseman. But what a time for the Manchester Panthers. This is where they play their cards right. They could take a 2-0 or 3-0 lead. And the first pitch will miss wide and out for ball one. And I'm sure the Manchester fans watching back from Akron are very pleased with this result so far, especially given how this game started. When you look at Minerva settling it down and giving it over to their offense, surprising. On the delayed throw down, it's into right center this time, and that'll make it 2-0 Manchester. And as well, they could send another run home. They will keep him in the end, but 2 runs this inning for Manchester, and both come on throwing errors from behind the plates. And this is where you have to take a second for yourself if you're Civvy. Just calm it down and give yourself an opportunity to get it out of your system. It's really a tough play there. And it's not a bad move to throw it down. You have the cutoff play on. Just not on the money on the throw. The 1-1 there for strike 2. And now if I'm Manchester, the next time I have a runner at first, I'm just going to send him. This is where you run the bases effectively and try to win the game that way. But right now, all is going to plan for Manchester. Here's the 1-2, and it is poked foul. But all the credit in the world to Manchester, staying patient. They didn't overcommit themselves on the bases. They ran smart. And that goes down to the coaching at both first and third base. Those two guys, they deserve all the credit in the world. And of course, the runners too. It remains 1-2. And Evans, a good swing. It is down the left field line, and it is an RBI single. Make it 3-0 Manchester. The Panthers have their first organic run of the day, and now a 3-run lead to back it up. Another beautiful drive just right away from Cole Civvy at third. It's back-to-back base knocks, and it's the third hit in the last 4 at-bats. The outlier is a hit by a pitch. And again, just away from his arm. This has been the so close but yet so far inning for Minerva. And it's brutal as this one is fouled down the left field line. The coach knew he had it. And again, going back to my point, I wouldn't be surprised to see him take off here from first. This is one that you look at how the defense has played this inning, and you try to get them kind of down on themselves and unfocused. The 0-1 off the plates. Looking ahead to the bottom of the third inning for Minerva, it is Tarbett, Linkus, and Frazier due up 8-9-1. And for the Manchester Panthers, looking for their 4th win of the season, and a prime spot to do just that. A grounder up the middle on a couple of hops. Barnes will take it himself at short. His throw to 1 is in time. It is a 6-3 double play, and the side is retired. Manchester, I think, wants to appeal to see if he came off the bag. We'll watch it back on the replay. I think, A, when the ball was there, he had his foot on the bag, and B, I think he established again in time. But they will talk about it here to see if it is indeed a double play, and it's not going to be. They're going to say he beat it out. Excellent hustle there from Mothersbaugh. And again, it's a tough play. I thought, again, from that angle that Candle kept his foot on the bag long enough, or at least reestablished. Now that'll bring up Trent Vargo, the 7th batter this inning for the Panthers. Who's trying to find the third out here. And that pitch will miss for ball 1. But even more so, the bottom of the third inning is going to be vital for Minerva. You need your first hit of the day. And then from there, you need to find some good base knocks and some good base running. I'm not saying tie it up. You don't need it all back in one swing. You just need to find a way to go out there, maybe play 1 or 2 and get back in it. And again, you can kind of see over at first base that near bait as he understands the situation where he does not expect the back pick. And even if there is, he knows he can get a good jump. And now they will try the back pick, and it's going to be into right field. That's why you try it. cruising to second, and now cruising to third. He will go corner to corner. And again, Manchester, they have understood the situation all inning, and they just continue to capitalize. That's smart baseball. All the way around, it's smart baseball. You know the catcher has struggled to throw the ball around the yard today. Bait a third throw, and it's a third throwing error. Hoofs 2-0 is left high for ball 3. And if this were to be a walk, all of a sudden you are risking putting runners at the corners. And as I believe that is Bishless now running the bases for Manchester. Hoofs 3-0 is wide for ball 4. And that will put runners to the corners for Hodgkinson. This is where you need to see at least a mound visit, if not a pitching change, and we'll see which one it is as time has been called. But a tough defensive inning here for Minerva, allowing 3 and maybe more as Manchester has found their rhythm, and it will indeed be the call to the bullpen. When we return, it is Ray Meadows on the mound for Minerva as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. 3-0 your score. It's Manchester on top.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. At Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, we carry everything you need to build and maintain your home. Cutting keys and fixing your window screens are just a couple of our services we offer, and we can deliver your large orders as well. Visit us at 222 West Main Street in Malvern, Ohio, or call us at 330-863-0303. You can also visit our new website at crowlumber.com. Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, for all your building needs since 1945.
The call to the bullpen has been made by Minerva in the top of the third inning. It is going to be Ray Meadows making his third appearance of the season as the Lions find themselves in a pickle, down 3-0 to Manchester, as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports. Runners at the corners here. That's the first big thing to note here, and already 3 throwing errors this inning from Minerva. Any movement on the bases, and most likely you will just see the ball kept either at home or by the pitcher. But a 1-0 count here, I wouldn't be surprised to see a steal attempt for Vargo. And just given that lead, he's going to have to go. Somehow he doesn't. Instead, it's a good drive deep to left field, but it will get tracked down, and the side is retired. A nice job by Almasy bringing that one in to end the inning, as Manchester's great run will end there. But 3 runs scored for the Panthers as 8 batters step into the batter's box. Excellent base running and an RBI single for Hunter Evans. Middle of 3 in Minerva. 3-zip Manchester cruising on SmeeSports.
No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. DiDomenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes, whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter. We do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions!
Welcome back to Minerva Middle School. Bottom of 3, 3-0 your score. It's Manchester on top as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports. A good drive here from Tarbit into center field, but caught on a line by Lance for out number 1. A good swing there, though, from Tarbit. And, well, here we go. We've seen him defensively, but I believe for the first time in SmeeSports history, we are covering a game of somebody who is one of our color commentators. It is Parker Linkus stepping into the batter's box. I believe this is officially history. And we'll see what Parker can do here. Bases cleared, 1 down. Swing and a miss there. A little heavy chase in the dirt. But batting .227 on the year, 1 RBI and 2 stolen bases. Of course, missed last year due to injury and as well missed basketball for the same reason. But he is quickly down on the count 0-2. 2 great deliveries from Balaga, who has settled in so nice today for Manchester. And you look at his ERA entering play today, a 3.78. The 0-2 wave and a miss from Linkus. 2 up, 2 down. Now 2 punch outs today for Balaga. And it's 2 in the last 3, as that'll bring us back to the top of the order with Owen Frazier. But that last one was absolutely nasty from Balaga. You talk about placement on all 3, impeccable. Now this is Frazier's chance to try and keep this inning going as the first pitch runs inside. Looking ahead to next inning for Manchester, it is Lance, Massa, and Balaga. 9-1 and 2 due up. Bottom of 3, 2 down as that pitch misses high for ball 2. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we have a sizable drive on our hands as we're making our way back up to Parma. Tri-C and Lorain County Community College Baseball, 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. first pitches. Should be 2 fun games in conference as Jake Solomon takes on his former team for the first time. And I think that is a box. I think they just said 3-1. So now a chance for Frazier to get on, and instead it's fouled back, and we are full. Okay, now that one felt worse than the first one.
I jumped at that one.
And I think part of that was that's the window, that's the camera moving, and the game changer is now a little crooked. It happens, though. Payoff pitch, it is up and in for ball 4. And in the end, Frazier will reach, and a lot of that does come from the balk. Now Olmsey will look to try and keep this inning going. Only the second base runner today for Minerva. Their offense needs to find a spark here. So far today, a ground out to short. This is Olmsey's chance as he will chop it foul. And it's incredible that they don't have a single hit yet, considering how well they have hit the ball. So much contact, and you go back to Brennan Barnes' at-bat. A good foul ball down the right field line. A roper completely smoked down the left side. A lot of good swings. The 0-1 nicely blocked behind the plate by Mauger. But I will say this Manchester team right now not playing like a 3-7 team. And I think they have proven that they are more than their record today. And that time it runs inside and will beam them. So now 2 on, and that'll bring in the tying run in Brennan Barnes. And for Brennan, he flew out to center field his first time up, but if he can find a way to get some good contact here, he'll be in a really good spot going forward. And for Minerva, this is your chance. You have 2 ducks on the pond. You put this ball in a gap, it's 3-2. Shallow in the outfield, probably 3-1. But Owen Frazier has to understand as the lead runner, if there was any contact, you are off to the races like your life depends on it. You need to score 1 this inning just based on the setup. And Barnes, a good shot out into left field, and it is going to be caught, and the side is retired. Excellent hustle from Minerva, but in the end, Musa able to get there, and in the end, makes the play to silence the Lions offense. Through 3 in Minerva, it is Manchester on top, 3-0 as we step aside.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. At Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, we carry everything you need to build and maintain your home. Cutting keys and fixing your window screens are just a couple of our services we offer, and we can deliver your large orders as well. Visit us at 222 West Main Street in Malvern, Ohio, or call us at 330-863-0303. You can also visit our new website at crowlumber.com. Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, for all your building needs since 1945.
To the 4th inning we go at Minerva Middle School. 3-0 your score. Manchester on top of Minerva as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports, as it is a leadoff base knock for the Panthers. An excellent piece of hitting from Noah Lance, poking it into right field. Exactly what the doctor ordered, getting a jump on the first pitch of the inning. And that is hit number, I believe, 5 today for Manchester. Actually, number 6. So 6 hits all the way around for the Panthers. They have been jumping on the ball, and the key thing to note, it's all singles. There has not been an extra base hit today. Meadows, he will throw back to 1, is not in time. Of course, Manchester trying to take advantage of the throwing errors from last inning, but it's a new pitcher. He is not afraid to throw back, and until you gauge him, you cannot be too risky. You cannot get picked off. But at the same time, you want to try and force the defense's hand to make a play if needed. And that's the fine line of baseball right now, just trying to see, okay, has this team recovered? Was it a flash in the pan, or can we continue to exploit this? Of course, all of that is easier said than done. Runner goes here, pitches high, Sibby throws down, and it is not in time. Just behind him on a solid tag attempt from Linkus. That'll put a runner in scoring position. And for Manchester right now, the goal is simple. Just continue moving along the runners. Moss is so far today 0 for 1 with a ground out right back to Huth at the time. And as well, a walk which led off the game. The 2-0 from Meadows is high for ball 3. The free passes and the base knocks. That has been the 1-2 punch today for Manchester along with the base running. And in the on-deck circle after Massa, it is Balaga, the pitcher. The 3-0, it is in the dirt for ball 4, and it's the first 2 runners on here for Manchester. This is the dream start to the inning. You look at it, first pitch, base knock. Next 4 balls, 2 on, and you bring up somebody who is 1 for 2 today. And you put this ball in right field the right way, and all of a sudden you're talking about a 4-0 ball game. Could be the big break that Manchester has been waiting for to really take advantage, as this one is put up the middle, and it's going to bounce off of Barnes' leg, and into right field it goes. 1 run will score, and that'll put him at the corners. Manchester up 4-0, and again, it comes down to base running. Out of all the teams we have seen this season, Sarah, this might be the best running we've seen. And a lot of it's just taking advantage of the little things. But that ball still nearly snuck into the outfield on the initial swing, and just Barnes couldn't get a clean read as he was already imagining himself having it and throwing that one through to first. Instead, it'll go down as an E6, and with nobody out, runners at the corners, most likely an easy chance for Balaga to take off. And for Kleitz, who has reached on a fielder's choice in a hard 90, he wants to reach again in a clear way. Runner goes, pitches low, the throw down is wide, it's off the pitcher's glove, and that will bring in a run, make it 5-0 Manchester. And yet another run scores on a throwing error. We talked about it earlier. It just comes down to simply eating it at this point.
I mean, you've got to admit, these people are pretty speedy.
And they're getting good jumps. They're understanding, okay, if we can bait a mistake, we could take an extra base because of it. And that pitch is high for ball 2. Just an unfortunate run here for Minerva, and Manchester has taken full advantage of it. But that's what the Panthers do, and you play in a tough Pac-7 conference. You get knocked around by a couple of teams, you knock around a few teams, you become battle-tested. The 2-0 in the dirt for ball 3. And I will say Jason Sivvy behind the plate hasn't been all bad. He has had a lot of nice blocks. He just needs to get that throw down, and as a former catcher, what I would tell myself and what I would tell my pitcher is, hey, we're just playing catch. That's all it is. Nice little game of catch. The 3-0 high for ball 4, and that'll put 2 on again. Walk, error, walk. And now here comes Mauger, who is 2 for 2 today. And now time is called by Minerva as they will have a conversation here. Do you keep Meadows in? I'm sure that's a big part of this conversation. You have 2 league games coming up against Marlington. So you got to be careful about that. You cannot use all of your pitching here. And looking at the next couple of games for Minerva just to get a feel for their forecast. Marlington, and then you're at Beaver Local on Friday, then at Canton South Saturday. And then after that, you turn around and play Alliance when one of those 2 games, you're going to have to throw Braden Wood. And from there, the next game, it could be by committee just based on who was available at that time. But I think this is the right call. You keep Meadows in the game, you run him as long as you can, and you try and keep as many guys available for tomorrow as you can. Again, you want to win every game on your schedule. That is obviously the goal. But at the same time, you cannot sacrifice your pitching here and lose a conference game. Take a look at Carrollton, for example. When they ran out of pitching against Alliance in Game 2, that series was over. From that point forward, Alliance had the easy advantage. And then turn around to New Philadelphia. Their pitching came back, and what do you know? They hand the Quakers their first loss of the season. Point being, pitching matters, especially in the EBC. Now time called from the dugout, but a 0-1 count here on Mauger. Manchester already blowing this game open up by 5. And an amazing spot going forward. And the Manchester faithful who traveled today are quite delighted. The 0-1 swing, the runners will go. That throw is on the money, but not in time. And the double still works out perfectly. So now 2 runners in scoring position, still no one down. But for Sivvy, that is a big confidence throw. He needed one to go his way, just down the line right to his third baseman. Now he has to get back to work behind the plate with an 0-2 count in front of him. Meadows sets and delivers. And it'll hang high for ball 1. As well, time locally 6:10 p.m., so right around the 1 hour mark of this game. And for Minerva, their offense getting ready to go, thinking about what they have to do in the bottom of the inning. The 1-2 backs them out. And of course, none of that matters right now as you have to try and find all 3 outs. And you've already given up a run this inning. 2 for that matter. The 2-2, it is inside for ball 3, and we are full. And Meadows, this is a point that he understands it. He cannot lose him for any reason. You need the out here. On Minerva's defensive end, the biggest pitch of the day. Grounder over towards third and foul. So we will do it again. And again, going back to the pitch count, is Meadows a guy that you want to save for another game this week? If so, you're running out of time to actually make that change and make it where he can still pitch. Count remains full, 3-2 on Mauger. And Meadows will lose him. It's ball 4 way outside. It's back-to-back walks, and the bases are loaded for the first time today. And that'll set up Hunter Evans, who hit an RBI single his last time up. And I believe that is the only natural run of the day. Yes. 1 came in on an error, 3 on throwing errors, and then an RBI single. Hunter Evans is the only natural, I believe, earned run today. And we talked about that with Manchester's side as that first pitch is there for strike 1. Their pitchers, great ERAs, all the way around a 2.93 entering play this afternoon, but they allow 5.6 runs per game. So many unearned runs, and right now, that is what is killing Minerva. The 0-1 popped up off towards the right side. Candle has it in foul territory and will make the grab for out number 1. And that ticks all the boxes for Minerva. An out that keeps the runners honest, but also gets you really close to now being 1 ball away from getting out of the inning if this is a double play opportunity. Of course, your first play is at home. You have to cut off that run. If you can get a 3-2-3 or a 3-2-4 double play, something creative there, or even just the lead runner at home, it's a successful at-bat here defensively, as here comes Mother's ball. A strikeout and a fielder's choice so far today for the first baseman. But bases loaded, 1 down, 5-0 Manchester. The 1-0, that ball is to the backstop. The runner, he will stay put.
2-1, 2 outs.
The Meadows just completely lost that one out of the hand. And as well, score update looking over at softball. Now 2-1 game. 2-1 what inning? Bottom of 3 over on the softball diamond. So a good result right now for the Lions. And they could really use that win over East Canton to double it up. The 2-0, a good drive right into center field and down. 1 run will score for Manchester. It's an RBI single, and that will make it 6-0 Panthers. Mother's ball gets the job done this time. And they just continue to put the ball in perfect spots. Every single hit today for Manchester has been a single. All but 1 run has been because of their base running. And now all but 2. This team has played such a smart brand of baseball today. It has been impressive. It has been fun. And this is a team that is playing well above a 3-7 record. And everybody here knows it. And if you talk about Manchester, this is a confidence-boosting game. 0-1 count now on Vargo, the shortstop. 1 for 1 today with a single and a walk. And Vargo fouls this one off. And now 4-1 your score on the softball diamond. The Lady Lions in great form today. And of course, this will be a big doubleheader win for them if they do get the job done. 0-2 count here on the shortstop as there is ball 1 off the plates. And the key right now, the bases are still loaded. But if you're Minerva, your offense, it has to be inspired by this. It needs to come out here and say, you know what, enough is enough. You have your best hitter up to bat. Go out there, do some damage. The 1-2 is skied on the infield off towards the dugout, and it is going to bounce off of Civi's glove. So we will see it again with the 1-2 counts. That is one of those tough plays to make. The sun still right around the dugout. Of course, the press box is doing some favors casting a shadow, but that is one of the dead spots, so to speak, on the infield. And you can see on your screen where everything extends to kind of give that shade. Meadows again, the 1-2. This time it's over towards first. You got to go home with it. And the throw is in time. Civi's foot stayed on the back for out number 2. An excellent play there from Candle. I know, of course, the appeal is just to go to the bag. You tag out there. But you have to get that lead runner. Exactly what the doctor ordered, and for Civi's sake, to keep that foot in the bag, that's absolutely vital. A nice play by the catcher, and now they'll bring in Hogginson. 0 for 2 today with a pop-out and a fly-out. Bases still loaded, 2 down. Already a 3-run inning for Manchester. we'll see if they can keep it going. And of course, for Manchester, they do not want to strand the bases loaded no matter if they've scored or not. The 1-0 away inside for ball 2. And of course, with the run rule being a 10-run lead, you're looking at the run rule inducing run after the 5th in the batter's box right now. For their sake, they want to get closer and save their pitching. Meadows sets up for the 2-0, and it is fouled back. And again, going back to my point, the more aggressive team is going to win today. Right now, Manchester attacking whenever they can. So many first pitch swings and a few first pitch base knocks. That has been the difference. They have had that competitive edge and that aggression too. The 2-1 hits them. It's an RBI hard 90. Hawkinson does his job by simply wearing it, and I'm sure Brandon Geyer somewhere is proud of that one. Make it 7-0 now, Manchester. And here comes Noah Lance. And you go back to the beginning of this inning, he let it off. So this time, Manchester, they do bat around. A 3-run third and a 4-run fourth. But could be more as that pitch misses wide for ball 1. Again, next inning for Minerva's offense, it is Wood, Candle, and Civi. 4, 5, and 6 due up. But talk about a great day at the ballpark for Manchester. The 1-0 backs him out for strike 1. A nice job there hitting the inner edge. But again, looking below us, those Manchester fans quite delighted after making the long trip in. The 1-1 runs inside for ball 2. Again, it goes down to simply giving up free runs. Most of the damage done today by Manchester is going to go down as unearned runs. And this one is a good rope into left field and down. 1 run will score. They will send another along. The play at the plate is not in time. It's a 2 RBI single for Noah Lance. He is now 2 for 3 on the day. And the ball continues to move around. Put him at the corners. It's now 9-0 Manchester. What a day at the office for Noah Lance and the Panthers. So now it is a 6 spot this inning. And they still have runners at the corner here. Time is now called. And that is most likely going to do it for Ray Meadows. What a few innings. An inning and 2/3 changed the game. You look at it. Through 2 innings, no score. All of a sudden, top of the 4th inning. 9-0 Manchester. When we return, a new arm is on the mound for Minerva as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. At Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, we carry everything you need to build and maintain your home. Cutting keys and fixing your window screens are just a couple of our services we offer, and we can deliver your large orders as well. Visit us at 222 West Main Street in Malvern, Ohio, or call us at 330-863-0303. You can also visit our new website at crowlumber.com. Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, for all your building needs since 1945.
Time now for the call to the bullpen here, and Sarah, I'll ask you, who's on the mound now?
Parker Linkus.
Parker Linkus gets the nod here, his first outing of the year, and he immediately throws back to first, but not in time. I could be mistaken. This should be his first career varsity outing on the mound. Could be his first period. The runner will go here. He will step off. He will throw to second. It is not in time. And that'll put 2 runners in scoring position. But that's how you do it if you're Manchester. But at the same time, for Parker's sake, you don't immediately throw to second base. You want to make sure the runner doesn't go home. You keep him there. That's your focus is right now. In a 9-0 game, you're right around that run rule. Now you need your offense to get going, but first of all, you need to settle it down here as this one is put into center field, and it is going to be caught, and the side is retired. A nice job there from Tarbett, crashing in on it to end the inning. But what a frame for the Manchester Panthers, plating 6 in the top of the 4th. To the bottom of the inning we go. It's 9-zip, all Manchester on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Braden Wood steps in to lead things off in the bottom of the 4th inning for Minerva, down 9-0 to the Manchester Panthers, as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. I am Nathan Smee, alongside me today, Sarah Magyar. Braden Wood's time to shine here. He walked his first time up as the Lions are still in search of their first base knock of the afternoon. And Wood, he will hit a hard ball off towards the left side. The throw to one is not in time. And there it is, a leadoff runner for Minerva. And we'll see if they scored a hit or not. That, of course, is the big question. But a nice drive from Braden Wood. And we'll take a second look at it here on the replay. But exactly what the doctor ordered here, as they will score to hit. We'll see here. That's a hard liner. Yep, that's a hit. So that is the first hit of the afternoon for Minerva. And that'll break up the no-hitter. So now here comes Caden Candle, a fly out his first time up. And this time it's off towards the left side and through. It's back-to-back base knocks for Minerva. The offense beginning to heat up at the right time. And that's exactly how you do it. You have to find some momentum. You need to find a spark from somewhere. Back-to-back base knocks on back-to-back swings. And now here comes Jason Sivvy, the catcher. This is a chance for redemption here. So 2 on, no one down, bottom of 4. And it's a light chop off towards the right side. It's going to be a tough play. The throw to one is in time for out number 1. But still a very productive out for Sivvy, as that'll put 2 runners in scoring position. Kind of a chop swing. It's a pseudo bunt, and now here comes Cole Sivvy. And once again, you look at Sivvy, no RBIs yet in his varsity career as a freshman. So a chance for that to change here. And the first pitch is there for strike 1. But the difference this inning is Minerva's ability and willingness to jump at the first and second pitches. They've been more aggressive. They've been better swings all the way around. They've looked better offensively. The 0-1, a good take up and in from Cole Sivvy. And going back to Saturday, we saw that a 9-0 lead is not the end-all be-all. Holy Name nearly came back from down 9-0. It can be done. The 1-1, Sivvy, a grounder over towards short. It is going to be Bobble, and he will not beat out the throw to 1. But there is his first career varsity RBI. It'll drive it 1, and that'll make it a 9-1 ball game. All the way around, and all things considered, Minerva able to answer. And again, it's back-to-back productive outs, and now that'll bring up Lane Tarbett. And still a runner at third to try and drive in here. And the first pitch is there in the top of the zone for strike 1. And again, that same pitch that's been called all day, and really, Brennan Barnes is the only player who has been really able to get a good hold of it. Now that pitch misses inside, now 1-1 the count. Looking ahead to next inning for Manchester, Balaga, Kleitz, and Mauger due up. And this ball is put into shallow right center field and down for an RBI single. A perfect piece of hitting for Lane Tarbett, and that'll make it 9-2. A very explosive inning all the way around for both teams combined. Now 8 runs have scored in the 4th, and only 3 in the 3 prior. And we'll watch it back on the replay again. That is what made Manchester such a dangerous team. It was the placement, and again, it's Tarbett this time doing just that as he puts it down. And that'll bring up Parker Linkus. But after being no hit through 3, it is 3 base knocks in 1 inning for the Minerva Lions. It's exactly what the doctor ordered, and it's exactly how you get back in this game as Linkus puts this one into right field. It's down for a base knock. Put 2 runners on, 2 down for Owen Frazier. And Sarah, I can proudly say that's one of our guys at first.
That's pretty cool, I won't lie. I was really betting that he would do good today.
Can we say for the first time in SmeeSports history an employee has a base hit in a game we've covered? Is that the official terminology here? Is that the full kind of thing? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Hang the banner. Let's do it. And this ball put off towards the right side, and that is going to do it for the inning. Excellent hustle to try and get down the line from Frazier, but in the end, that is where it will stall out. Still 2-run score for Minerva in the bottom of the 4th inning. To the 5th we go. It's a 7-run game, 9-2 your score. It's Manchester on top.
No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
Two defensive changes to note as we begin the top of the 5th inning. It is now Tyler Phillips in the game at second for Minerva. And doing the catching now, it is Nick Wandel. And as well, for those just tuning in, Parker Linkus on the mound, the 3rd pitcher today for Minerva, as he came in to nail things down in the top of the 4th inning. But now this game 9-2. Minerva, they need some outs, and it starts here. Barnes, his throw across the diamond, bounces in, and it will get away. It'll be an error to get things going in the top of the 5th, as that'll put Balaga on. And that is the 2nd time in a row he has reached on an error from the shortstop. And I believe it went out of play as well, so that'll put a runner in scoring position. And as well, that'll bring up Kleitz. And again, it goes down to the simple concept of Minerva's defense is doing good. It's just the unearned runs are going to kill them. And it has so far. It happens so many times. And you look at Braden Wood so far this year, as this ball is close but not in time back to second. 11 runs allowed in 25 innings. 1 of them is earned. 10 unearned runs. That's just one of those that the defense has to be better. And now here comes Kleitz ready to go as he has reached safely all 3 times, and all 3 are unique ways. To list them out, fielder's choice, hard 90, and a walk. And of course, a natural progression would be a single for him. 1-0 count here. 9-2 your score. Manchester in cruising control. And Lincas will miss low in the dirt. And again, looking at Minerva, your focus is going to be tomorrow and Wednesday against Marlington. And that'll be where you have Braden Wood on the mound, and he will do his thing. Either of that being tomorrow or Wednesday. The 2-0 there for strike one. And then from there, a number of guys could be on the mound for game number 2 or game number 1, just depending on how they want to go about it. Just depends if you want your ace on the mound at home or on the road. I know most teams like to have their ace on the mound at home, but it also could set up a mano-a-mano. Lincas taking his time here before the 2-1 as it is there for strike 2. And I like how he didn't immediately go back to second. He knew the runner was toying with him, but hung in there, delivered the pitch, got it in the zone, and now has a chance to get his first strikeout of the year and of his varsity career. And here comes the 2-2. It is there for strike 3 looking. 1 down. Absolutely nasty from Parker Lincas. You got to love a pitch like that. Just broke at the right time and froze up the batter. And the key thing is you got the out at the plate. And now they will have a rundown between second and third. They throw to third, and they will have to go on back to second. The throw is late, and the tag is not there. Nearly had him, though. A nice move from Parker Lincas. But you talk about a player coming out of his comfort zone to step up in a big way for their team in their moment of need. Here it is. But 1 down as here comes Mugger, the catcher. 2 singles and a walk so far. But again, Parker Lincas just simply trying to steady the ship here for Minerva. And then from there, battle back in the game offensively. The first pitch is going to be off of Wando's glove. And I think that's one of those that if he makes the catch, it's 0-1 opposed to 1-0. But a 1-0 count here as well, time locally. 6:33 in the top of the 5th. Lincas taking his time here, and he will finally step off. And I think it's just one of those that he wanted to see him go. And there's the little smile from him on the mound. He knows what he's doing. The 1-0, instead it's poked into center, but Tarbett has his pitchers back for out number 2. And that's just who Parker is. He loves a little bit of toying around. And of course, you go back to the Minerva Malvern broadcast. He was really noting every little thing that was kind of gamesmanship in that game. That's just who he is. You have to play the game inside the game. And if you can get the runner to dive back and kind of throw caution to the wind without even really moving a muscle, it's huge. And now he has a chance to get out of this inning unscathed. Instead, a good drive down the right field line, but foul. That was a chance for Hunter Evans to drive in a second run today. Already 1 RBI on the afternoon. Looking ahead to the bottom of the inning, it's Almasy, Barnes, and Wood. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Minerva. And again, they need the ball to get rolling a little bit offensively. Chip into the deficit. That's all they need to do. And the 0-1 will miss him. Nearly knocked him in the head. Just kind of ducked out of the way. I think in a closer game he takes it, but up by 7 you say, you know what? We'll live to see another pitch, and we'll see if we can put this ball in play. That throw back to second, it's going to be off of the runner. A good idea from Lincas, but again, that throw, wayward. I don't want to say we're at the point where you don't throw back, but I think at this point in the inning you say, he's going to do whatever. Unless we have a clean shot, we're going to attack the batter, which is what they do. A line drive. It'll fall in center field. Tarbett takes it on a hop. An excellent throw home, and it is in time. Not quite, they say, though. They say he is in there. And I am not convinced about that one. It looked like he slid behind the bag. So we'll take a look at it here, but what a throw from Tarbett. On paper, it is going to go down as an RBI single as he did advance on the throw home. But that was a tough one. Oh, no, he didn't touch the bag until after. I think Wandle got him. I mean, Sarah, you saw that replay, too. You saw he kind of went behind.
Yeah.
And that's a tough break. That'll make it 10-2, but I mean, that angle looked pretty clear. He didn't touch it initially. This one towards first. It's Candle. He will take it in, and the side is retired. One run still does score in the top of the fifth for Manchester, making it 10-2. And off to the bottom of the fifth we go in Minerva.
Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
A final score update from across the way at the softball complex. 4-1 your final in game number 2. The Minerva Lady Lions get the sweep of East Canton. So congratulations to them. And of course, that is what you want to see in a doubleheader. That was not supposed to happen today, but you know what? One in Rome, and the big thing over there, it's 6:37 p.m. right now. The first game started at 4. They played 2 games in 2 hours and 37 minutes. That's impressive when looking at it. Not too often you see that. Now in baseball, most of the games we cover are 2.5 hours themselves.
At least.
Of course, we had that 4.5-hour game a few weeks ago as this ball is put into shallow left center, and it is going to be caught by the shortstop for out number 1. An excellent job by Vargo tracking that one down. That ball appeared to be clearly down in no man's land, but he said not so fast. So 1-1 down as Brennan Barnes steps in, has flown out to the left side of the field twice today. 1 in left, 1 in center. And as well in the meantime for Manchester, it looks like Zakowski the junior is going to take his walk down the line as he will begin to warm up. And Barnes will take strike 1 on the upper corner. But we'll see how much longer that Balaga can go, as he has had a great outing so far. Locked down on the mound. Barnes, a good piece, but foul. And again, of course, you have to keep in mind you have other games this week that you need to preserve your pitching for. That's always a tough thing, especially when you have a lead that you want to preserve. But you also have to keep that in mind. The 0-2 is inside and low. And speaking of us tomorrow, we will be at Tri-C's Ron Model Field 5 and 7:30. It is the Tops and the Commodores. The 1-2, Barnes, a good piece into left field, and this time it is past the shortstop. It is a 1-out base knock for Brennan Barnes, but nearly Vargo had another chance to make it 2 for 2 this inning. If he would have caught up to that one, I'd be truly impressed. Even the first one, still impressive, as that'll now bring up Braden Wood. At a minimum for Minerva, you want to make up the run that you did allow in the top of the 5th inning, which again, looking at the replay, obviously a tough angle down below, but our angle showed they didn't get him as this one chops weakly left side. A long throw to the bag, and it's not in time. It'll be a long infield single for Braden Wood as he placed it perfectly. Now put 2 on for Candle, who singled his last time up. But a pseudo bunt pretty much from Braden Wood. There was nowhere better to put that baseball. Over the fence does help, but in the grand scheme of things in the infield, that's about as good as it gets. There's always one. And that ball is fouled away. It's like Bryce is here. I'm getting that feeling now, aren't you?
He's here in spirit.
He's here in spirit. He is here in spirits. And we'll have him on the call for Wednesday. But an 0-1 count here on Candle, who reached on the fielder's choice his first time up as well. So has reached both times safely this afternoon. The 0-1 runs inside. Manchester looking for win number 4 on the season. And no matter what, this team does not look like a group that is 3-7. That is for sure. The 1-1, a good poke over towards third, but picked up on the bag. They will throw across the diamond. It is not in time. And it is the second fielder's choice of the day for Caden Candle. That'll keep 2 on, both at first and second still, but now 2 away. But a nice job over at third by Evans to make that play. And now that'll bring up Civi or potentially somebody in his place. So we're going to see here. Civi's in the box, but I think Wandle now is going to come in and swing. That is what I expected it to be. I thought it was just going to be a straight change, but it looks like it is going to be confirmed here, potentially. I don't think Wandle thought he was ready to hit, and as well, that's a big disadvantage for him, just kind of coming in cold. So here is Nick Wandle, a .250 average on the year with 1 RBI. And a chance here with 2 on and 2 down to bring in 1 more. Again, a chilly afternoon turning to evening here in Minerva. First pitch missing in the dirt for ball 1. And of course, it is tough to play in the cold. Obviously, it could be colder than today, but it's still a chilly one. The sun is out for now, but as more and more of the shade comes onto the field, it's going to get colder and colder. And as well, anytime that ball gets that close in the cold, you know if it hits you, it is going to sting even worse than usual. You get out of the way, and that's exactly what Wandle does there, making it 2-0. And he will chase the height there for strike 1. Bottom of 5, 2 down, 10-2, Manchester on top. The Panthers in an amazing spot here. The 2-1, Wandle gets jammed up and skies it on the infield. It's an easy catch for Belonga, and the inning is over. Manchester able to get out of a 2-run-around jam with 1 down to keep their lead intact at 8. End of 5 at Minerva Middle School. 10-2 your score. The Panthers enjoying their baseball today on SmeeSports.
Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
Welcome back to Minerva Middle School. 10-2 your score. Top of the 6th inning, Manchester on top of Minerva. As you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. Leading it off here for Manchester, it is Trent Vargo, the shortstop. The first pitch he sees is wide for ball 1. But again, a beautiful night for baseball. If you don't mind the cold, at least aesthetically, it's about as good as it gets. Chopper over towards third. Cole Civi, his throw to 1 is on the money. It's 1 up, 1 down. And this defense continues to make plays for Parker Linkus on the mound. And for those just tuning in, Parker came in a few innings ago, allowed 1 run last inning. And again, going back to the replay, that run maybe shouldn't have counted. It's one of those tough plays that, of course, looking at our angles, it's definitive. But in the moment, it's not, as that pitch just misses for ball 1. But the biggest thing today for Minerva is the errors. A lot of throwing errors all the way across, as I believe half the runs they've allowed today have come from those errors. And it's tough as you go on to the next couple of games. You know, you play Marlington tomorrow, you cannot have that happen again. The 2-0, it is wide for ball 3. The on-deck circle after Hogginson is going to turn to Lance, who so far today is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And the 3-0 will hit the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Again, looking at the time, 6:45 p.m. as this ball is smoked deep to left field. Plenty of carry, but it is going to die before the warning track as it's caught by Almasy for out number 2. But again, Manchester very aggressive with their swings today, and they have put a couple of nice rides on the baseballs. And I feel like a lot of the biggest swings that we have seen all day have been fly balls. Nothing crazy about them, just routine plays. But 2 up, 2 down as here comes Noah Lance. Linkus back to work here. Hits the outer edge for strike 1. And as well, another thing to note with Parker is this is his first career varsity appearance on the mound. Of course, he missed last year due to injury. And quickly is up 0-2 as there is the wave and miss. For Minerva in the bottom of the inning, it's Cole Civey, Lane Tarbett, and Parker Linkus due up 7, 8, and 9. And as well, I wouldn't be surprised to see a pitching change made by Manchester. The 0-2 popped on the infield and caught by Barnes over at short, and the side is retired. A 1-2-3 defensive stand for Minerva gets them out of the inning. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 10-2 your score. Manchester on top on SmeeSports.
No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
Welcome back to Minerva Middle School, bottom of the 6th inning. 10-2 your score. Manchester on top of the Lions as you are watching OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. There's Cole Civey leading things off here, who last time we saw him got his first career varsity RBI on a ground out. And this time he will fly this ball off towards the right side. Could be playable and right. It is going to get down in no man's land. He is going to cruise to second, and it's a leadoff double for the freshman. That is how you get it done. It's effective hitting for the Lions. Is it the prettiest swing? Not really. But it gets the job done, and it puts a runner in scoring position. But Cole Civey, what a nice little poke down the line. His second career varsity double. And now that'll set up Lane Tarbett, who got an RBI single his last time up. A very short double indeed for Cole Civey. And Tarbett nearly gets hit. And of course, we say all the time, you don't need it all back in one inning. At this point, you need, I would say, at least half of it back here. You need a rally to make this one closer entering the 7th. And right now, just being patient is the name of the game. As it's a 2-0 counts. And you look in the horizon, you have Linkus on deck, Frazier in the hole. 2 after, it's Barnes and Wood, that 3-4 punch. The 2-0 there for strike 1. If you bat through Braden Wood, then you're in a great spot. And if Braden Wood does Braden Wood things, then you're in an even better spot. But a 2-1 count here, runner at second. Count out 3-1 up and in. Entering play today, a 143 average and 2 RBIs for Lane Tarbett. Gets one more base knock and one more RBI added on for his troubles. Here's the 3-1. It is there for strike 2, and we are full. And a really good looking pitch there. Full count here. Minerva just looking for base runners at this point, down by 8. And here it is, a grounder over towards third, a deep play to make. The long throw is not in time. He dropped it. It'll be a long infield single for Lane Tarbett as he hustles it out. And that'll put runners at the corners for Parker Linkus. You talk about a player stepping up in a big way today. Came in on the mound, has allowed 1 run, which once again, looking at the replay, probably shouldn't have counted. And beyond that, at the plate, 1 for 2 with a single. 1 RBI so far this year for Parker Linkis, and he will step out and call time. But this is his time to step up for the Minerva Lions. And of course, if he does his job, keeps it with no one out, you go back to the top of the order in a great spots. And he will drive it to the opposite side for an RBI single. Parker Linkis delivers again for the Minerva Lions. He has been on fire today. And you go back to Saturday's performance from Holy Name coming back down by 9. It's very reminiscent of what we saw from Nathan Gorey, just extra hits. Linkis 2 for 3 on the day, and he gets his 2nd career varsity RBI. And as well, that'll keep it going with 2 runners on, still nobody out. And the moment just continues to get bigger and bigger for Minerva. And I think, Sarah, you're in agreement as we don't want to spoil player of the game too soon, but if Minerva finds a way to come back, it might be Parker Linkis' award.
It better be.
I mean, he just really guided them on the mound to this spot. You have to keep that in mind. And of course, the stats are going to really tell a different story of this game right now, but this game could be done. Could have been a run rule easily if it wasn't for Parker.
That is true.
This chopper up the middle, this could be 2. They will throw to 2. It's in time. The return to 1 is not. And that'll split them here with 1 away. But still a semi-productive out as that'll put runners at the corners. And now here comes Colton Almasy. And again on the on-deck circle, you have Brennan Barnes. And in the hole, you have Braden Wood. So 2 of your best hitters coming up. But Almasy needs to do something here. An opposite field-based knock would do the trick. Get that ball in the right field, make it 2 on, 1 down, 10-4. And then bring up your best 2 hitters. And as we said, get half here. Get at least half, make it 10-6. You're 3 runs away from that. It's feasible. And that pitch is high and in. But if you're Minerva, you look at this situation, 5 outs to play with. You need 7 runs to tie, 8 to win. Not the most favorable spot, but if you have momentum on your side, you can do some real damage. And looking ahead to next inning for Manchester, it is going to be Massa, Balaga, and Kleitz. 1, 2, and 3 due up. The 1-1 fouled back. And again, there was an arm that was warmed up earlier for Manchester, that being Zakowski, number 13. And I'm sure he is ready to go, just kind of waiting off to the side to see if they do decide to pull Balaga or not. Which right now the answer should be no. The 1-2, a grounder over towards short. This could be trouble. They will throw to 1. It is in time for out number 2. But again, it is a productive ground out for Minerva. It's an RBI ground out, and that'll make it 10-4 as that'll bring up Brennan Barnes. As I mentioned before, this is the spot you wanted to get to. You bring up your best 2 hitters here back to back. Bring in at least 1 more, if not 2, and all of a sudden you have a more manageable game heading into the 7th. Still down by 6, but a chance to make it closer. And this is where patience is everything. If it's not good, leave it. If it's good, you have to put the ball in play and you have to find a good spot in the yard for it. Barnes takes the 1-0 off the plate for ball 2. And you talk about a big moment for Braden Wood in the on-deck circle. So 2 balls, no strikes. And Barnes will take strike 1 right down Broadway. And that's when you kind of expect. You've seen a lot of balls in a row just kind of hanging back, waiting for your pitch, and that's one that you take. Kind of 2-1. And Barnes, a good swing, and it is going to get down foul and way out of play. Not the first time he's done that today. A lot of powerful swings, but just way ahead of it. Balaga needs 1 strike to get out of this dangerous 6th inning. Back-to-back 2 spots for Minerva. The 2-2, Barnes, a good swing out into right field. It has a chance to get down, and it will, but foul. That was the swing for Brennan Barnes. And you go back to the double from Civi. a very similar play, this time just deeper. And of course, if he gets more power behind it, you're looking at the Woods and you're looking at a cost expense to the Minerva Athletic Department losing a baseball. Sure, they wouldn't mind given the situation.
No, I think it'll be worth it.
He would not mind if we have confirmation from Garth Evans, the AD. I agree. The 2-2, it goes behind him. He did get his bat down, which is huge. And that'll put the runner at third. I'll tell you what, the first time that it happened to me where I didn't get my bat down and it dinked off of it foul, I vowed to never let it happen again. It never did happen again. It's the worst feeling in the world. Full count, 3-2. The payoff pitch, it is high for ball 4, and that'll put runners at the corners for Braden Wood. That was a big lead take, as that could have easily gone the other way. But of course, right now, this is where you have to do everything pretty much perfect. Time now called, and this should be the call to the bullpen for Manchester. All but confirmed as of right now. We'll see if they do take the ball out of his hands or not here. It's going to be a tough call. Of course, Malaga has gotten you this far, but Minerva is knocking on the door. They're in a good spot to threaten. And we'll see. No, they're going to keep him in. And I agree with that call. I think you give him Braden Wood. If he shuts down Braden Wood, you get a closer in for the 7th. If he doesn't, you get the new pitcher in here. Either way, this should be the final batter he faces. Now, is that how they're going to play it? I don't know. If he says he's good for the 7th, you go out there and he nails it down and you save your pitching for the rest of the week, then more power to you. But a big spot for Braden Wood as he will take ball 1 off the plate. After Wood, it will turn to Caden Candle, the first baseman. 1-0 count here on the big man. And swing and a miss, a hefty miss. And again, for Braden Wood, a 300 average, 6 RBIs, 4 doubles, and a triple and home run this year. There's no surprise to see that big of a hack. The 1-1 fouled back this time. And you can just tell based on the swing, off-balanced. Get that plant foot back, weight back, get ready to go. And right now, opposed to a powerful swing, you're thinking opposite field. You're thinking something you can drive, something you can get down, and most importantly, something that makes this 10-5, if not more. And this time it'll skip in the dirt. It'll get away. The runner will stay put. And that'll put 2 in scoring position. Obviously, a tough call there. You have to make sure that ball's wide. You cannot make the third out at the plate. But at the same time, that could have been your chance to bring in run number 5. And now for Braden Wood, a base knock most likely makes it 10-6. Here's the 2-2. Wood. It's there for strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. Jammed him up and in, and the inning is over. But again, it's a 2-spot for Minerva in the bottom of the 6th, and that'll send us to the 7th. Massa, Balaga, and Kalites 1, 2, and 3 due up when we return.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
To the top of the 7th inning we go at Minerva Middle School. 10-4 your score. It's Manchester on top on SmeeSports. First pitch missing high, ball 1. And once again, today's broadcast is presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. Lankus is 1-0, bounces in for ball 2. And again, Sarah, he has had such a great day all the way around. 2 base knocks, an RBI, and he has settled it down defensively for Minerva. And you go back to earlier on in this game as that ball is fouled down the left field line. There was a good chance that we were not even going to see the 5th or 6th inning. But in the end, here we are. An impressive response from this defense. 2-1 in the dirt for ball 3. And from the bottom of the 4th forward, if you just look at the game that way, it's 4-1. So way different all the way around. This ball pieced over towards second, a one-hopper over to Phillips. His throw to 1 is not in time. He's in there. Just got in for a long infield single, and we'll see if that's the case or not. I mean, the throw was just too light in the end. And we'll watch it back here on the replay. That's a tough one, but Massa able to easily beat that one out in his mind, and that just goes out in confidence. Running down the line, hustled it out completely, and yeah, he beat it. And that's just one of those that Minerva wants back as this ball is fouled down the right field line. But that's a play you have to avoid. You have to charge it and get there quickly, and especially get that ball out quickly to first. Throwback not in time. But for those just tuning in, 10-4 your score. A lot of early throwing mistakes from Minerva put them in this deficit. At its biggest, it was a 9-0 game, so a 9-run deficit for Minerva. They battled back. They got close to cutting the deficit in half in 1 inning. But in the end, just fell short last time out. And now, as things stand at the bottom of the 7th, they need 6 to tie or 7 to win. But of course, anything can happen. But the offense, it has to be ready to go. They've put up 2-2 spots today. They can score. They just have to do it in plenty of bunches. The 0-2, a drive out into right field, still going back. And it is going to be caught by Frazier for out number 1. And he almost dropped that one, too, on the back end. Just kind of a bobble out of the glove. And, of course, out there, that's one you have to squeeze. And as every coach says, 2 hands. If you're an outfielder and haven't been told 2 hands, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm a catcher, and I was even told that. They did not want me in the outfield, though. Well, one coach did, and I still don't get why.
You'd have been like, who is that walking out there? Just me behind the fence.
Go out there.
Throwback not in time to 1. Again, of course, tomorrow the big doubleheader starts for Minerva. 5 o'clock both days. You have to take on Marlington, a very talented Marlington squad at that. The 1-0 up high for ball 2. And then from there, if one of those teams can sweep this series, you're hoping for a West Branch win at least one of the 2 times to tie for first place. And the tough thing for Alliance is their next 2 series after West Branch, it's 3-1 Minerva and 3-1 Marlington. The conference, it is really going to be a tight race down the stretch. But I think Alliance simply this week, if they take care of West Branch, they make it a 2-horse race if there is a sweep in the Marlington-Minerva series. A 3-0 able to be there for strike 1. And, of course, a lot of that pressure for Minerva is going to fall on their ace pitcher in Braden Wood. The 3-1 up and in for ball 4, and that'll put 2 on here. And that'll bring in Bryce Mauger, the catcher, so far today. 2 for 3, 2 base knocks, a walk, and a fly out. And on Minerva's end, I don't think there was any intention to bring in another pitcher today. I think Parker Linkus understands that he is going to be the one to have to settle it down in the top of the 7th. A high pop-up off towards the right side could be playable. And instead, it's going to go off of the dugout / the batting cages and foul. But a nice complex off to our right, I believe. Couple of lanes in there. But it's nice as it connects directly to their dugouts. And going back to that rain delay that we had here last year between Minerva and Alliance, during that break, they were able to go in there and get some swings, and same with Alliance. 0-1 counts. And this ball is roped on the left field line and down for extra bases. That one way past the left fielder. 1 run will score. Cruising to third is another, and that'll put 2 on with 1 away. It's an RBI double for Bryce Mauger, and that'll make it 11-4. An excellent drive down the line to a missile, and believe it or not, outside of Civi's double, that is the first double of the day that's actually a true double. Of course, Civi's a blooper that kind of fell in there. But still impressive that Manchester, up to that point, had scored 10 runs without an extra base hit. It's savvy hitting and savvy base running all the way around. Now Hunter Evans, wanting a third RBI today, steps in. Throw back to third, it's not in time. Looking ahead to the bottom of the inning, it's Candle, Civi, and Civi, or should be Wandle and Civi. So 5, 6, and 7 due up. One gets his first pitch, or that one's high. And once again, make sure you stick with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game, presented by SmeeSports. A bobble over at second, to throw to 1 in time for out number 2, but at the expense of a run. Manchester able to play 2 so far in the top of the 7th, make it 12-4. And the 8-run lead is restored just like that. And one more piece of insurance now stands at third. But for Hunter Evans, that is his third RBI today. He has been so consistent for this team, and that'll bring in Motherpaw, the first baseman. Has 1 RBI to his name today. But Minerva, they will need one heck of a rally in the bottom of the 7th inning to make that comeback. But again, it's possible. Anything is in this game. A high pop-up off towards the right side, going into right center. It is Phillips. He will fall back, but he will make the grab to retire the side. A nice catch over there by Phillips. Made sure he had it, as that, of course, is task number 1. And in the end, falls to the ground in triumph. Still 2 runs do score for Manchester in the top of the 7th inning. Last chance for Minerva in the bottom when we return. It's Candle, Civi, or Wandle, and Civi due up.
At Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, we carry everything you need to build and maintain your home. Cutting keys and fixing your window screens are just a couple of our services we offer, and we can deliver your large orders as well. Visit us at 222 West Main Street in Malvern, Ohio, or call us at 330-863-0303. You can also visit our new website at crowlumber.com. Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, for all your building needs since 1945. Here at Crow Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
In the bottom of the 7th inning, Manchester will take a turn and call on their ace, Bryce Mauger, to try and close it out here as you talk about an ace in the form of your relief pitcher. 4 2/3 innings work, 7 punch-outs, a .5 ERA, and 1 save. That's what he brings to the table, but this one is put right into center field. It's a leadoff base knock to get things going for Candle. And it's exactly what the doctor ordered. And now that'll set up Wandle here so far today, 0 for 1 with a pop-out. But again, you can just see the shadow being casted all the way around, getting darker and darker here at Minerva High School as the sun is starting to get out of a favorable position for these guys. And that'll get cold very, very soon as that pitch bounces in for ball 1. But I'm sure the moment we step out of the box, it is going to be freezing. Nothing like a late April snowstorm yesterday. The 1-0 fouled back off the box. I will say, I was playing pickleball yesterday evening, and we got hit by snow.
By snow?
We got hit pretty hard for 2 minutes.
Holy moly.
Gerard was not too happy. There was not enough McDonald's that could make that man happy after that.
Yeah.
We gave him the day off because of it. The 1-1, yes. Now 1-2. But even on the way back, ran into some sleet, some hail, some rain, clearness, everything. It's what you would expect.
We do live in Ohio.
Mauger's 1-2, bounces in, and it is off the backstop. Candle cruising on into second. Count out 2-2. And again, tomorrow we will be back up in Parma for a doubleheader at 5 and 7:30. It'll be Tri-C and Lorraine County Community College, 2 great baseball games. And again, it'll be good to see our old pal, Jacob Solomon, the head coach, now at Lorraine. The 2-2 is high for ball 3, and we are full. And then after that, Wednesday, another great matchup over at Alliance High School as the Aviators take on West Branch. So full count 3-2 on Wandle. And he gets hit in the head. So most likely the runner will have to go back. We'll see if they do make him or not. But either way, that's 2 on, nobody out. And there he is. He'll make his way back. But now Cole Sivvy with a chance to double it up as the last time we saw him. A really short double, but not the shortest double that we have seen. We've seen shorter, we've seen crazier. I feel like we've seen every possible play happen at least once, but somehow still find new plays. And Sivvy, a hard foul ball right back. But again, I will say, what a beautiful field here at Minerva. The grass very well kept in the outfield. I know a lot of the field splits, sometimes it's not good grass in the outfield. The turf just kind of a facade in the infield, but this one, not at all the case. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Can't connect with the high heat there. Still 2 on, no one down, a 0-2 count on Cole Sivvy. And he will go down swinging, 1 down. Strikeout number 1 today for Bryce Mauger. And that's exactly what you want to see out of your closer. And I think in today's day and age with baseball, you think closer, you think Edwin Diaz with his walkout of Narco. You think back in the day, Mariano with Enter Sandman. Right now, Mason Miller with Blind. It's all about theatrics. But in the end, being a closer, it's all about just getting the result done. And that pitch is there for strike 1. It is Lane Tarbett stepping in again. 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI single. But Minerva down by 8, needing some runs late. And Tarbett, it's tipped back and caught by the catcher. And a snag, but quickly now down to the count 0-2. And as well, we are officially 2 hours in. A game a little bit on the longer side this afternoon. Mauger's 0-2, well high. And in the on-deck circle for Minerva, it will turn over to Parker Linkus. And I'm sure Parker wants another chance to get another base knock, as so far today he is 2 for 3. And Tarbett, a good crack into left center field and tracked down and caught in the gap for out number 2. An excellent drive from Tarbett, but right to the defense. And Manchester now is 1 out away from getting out of here with a big win. So it comes down to Parker Linkus, and then from there, anybody else that can step in. Manchester looking for win number 4 on the doorstep of it now. And Malker continues to deal 0-1 the counts. One final reminder, stay with us after our final commercial break for our player of the game presentation presented by SmeeSports. The 0-1 runs up and in. And once again, if Linkus does his job, we turn back to the top of the order with Frazier. The 1-1. Almost hit him. And that's one for Linkus. You make that business decision. You hit the deck, you get out of the way, and you live to see another pitch. Maybe in a closer game you wear that one, but not really advised. Never know, he still could. Now the 2-1. Swing and a miss, and Minerva is down to their final strike. Count out 2-2. This Manchester team, a long bus ride in from Akron. 3-7 on the year, looking for win number 4 and to make a statement to their traveling fans. And they will have to wait as that pitch misses off the plate, and we are full. Runners will be in motion on the delivery here. This could be it for the day. Full count 3-2. Linkus choking up on the bats. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and that will do it. Mauger comes in, gets 2 punch outs, and gets the win. 12-4 your final. What a job done by Manchester today as they come out and do plenty of damage in the 3rd and 4th inning. When we return, we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports. 12-4 your final. Manchester gets the win today over Minerva.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. At Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, we carry everything you need to build and maintain your home. Cutting keys and fixing your window screens are just a couple of our services we offer, and we can deliver your large orders as well. Visit us at 222 West Main Street in Malvern, Ohio, or call us at 330-863-0303. You can also visit our new website at crowlumber.com. Crow Lumber Company in Malvern, for all your building needs since 1945. Here at Crow Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. No quit in your pain? Then step up your game at D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture. We combine gentle chiropractic care and proven acupuncture treatments to help you feel better the natural way. Stop by our office at 1164 Alliance Road Northwest in Minerva, or give us a call at 330-868-2117. D. Domenico Chiropractic and Acupuncture, a proud supporter of Minerva Athletics. The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes, whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter. We do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to attend a meeting or event and see how you can make a difference for our athletes. Go Lions!
Welcome back to Minerva Middle School. 12-4, your final. Manchester gets the job done today over the Minerva Lions. Your player of the game, presented by SmeeSports, goes to Hunter Evans. 2 for 5 on the day, brought in 2 runs. On top of that, also, I believe, had a stolen base. A solid day for him, and you look at the natural base running ability of Manchester that really dominated the game. It was Hunter Evans who got them their first natural run, and then from that point forward, the bats got going in a run-scoring capacity. And all the way around, this Manchester team really, really impressed me today. A 3-7 group that did not play like a 3-7 group. This is a group that played like a 7-3 team. Now 4-7 on the year. They're going to be good over the next couple of days. You look at their next 5 games coming up, and it's going to be very telling how they do in these matchups. You have Lake Center Christian, another really tough game. Then Coventry, Canton South twice, and Woodridge. The back 3, winnable. Lake Center Christian, if you play your cards right, could be winnable. And then, of course, in between there, you will also have a tilt against Coventry, which is winnable. Coventry did lose to Minerva, and of course, by that kind of property extension, you can kind of fill in the blanks there and expect them to win. If they can take 4 of the next 5, you're in an amazing spot. You go 4-1 in those games, now 8-8 on the year. You're at 500, and then from there, head into May and take care of business. But overall, Manchester, a team that should be on everybody's radar today. A great result for them, but they are just getting started. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter. As well, go down below and subscribe. While there is no added cost, it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we cover the best of the Cleveland and Stark County areas. Up next this week, it is Tri-C and LCCC baseball tomorrow, 5 and 7:30. First pitches over at Ron Model Field. Wednesday, Alliance West Branch baseball. Thursday, Alliance Louisville baseball at Canal Park. On Friday, it is Marlington Lakeview baseball at Marlington. And then on Saturday, to round out the week, it is Tri-C and Edison State baseball. And one final time, if you want to become a broadcast sponsor with us, our information is on your screen as to how you can make that happen. But that'll do it for us here today from Minerva Middle School. A 12-4 win tonight for the Manchester Panthers puts them at 4-7 on the year. And again, this team heading in the right direction. For Sarah Magyar, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Minerva, and we will see you again next time. This has been OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club.